Demo of RESTpoint, we're going to work on our next iteration, iteration 2. In our last iteration, you'll see in our last video, we just got started with creating some paths. We just created some default portfolios and we sent it out to our users to take a look. So let's say we got some feedback and we wanted to now start adding some extra properties to our resources and start going from there for the next iteration to give to our users. So you'll see here that we had our, currently you'll see we have our portfolios. And let me just click here for the Try API to get the list of all of it up. You'll see there's our different calls. So now some of the feedback we got was we want to come back and we want to add onto our portfolios. We need more things, the name and the description. We also want to add in a portfolio manager. So we're going to call this a manager. So I can come in here and I can put in manager and I'm going to update the resource. So when I update the resource, you'll see when I come down to my database, your database is automatically updated with the new field, manager. So let's call this, let's add in some data here and call this Jane Doe. And then for our other one here, we're going to call this John Doe. So you'll see we can edit these properties very easily and graphically do it, still no code. Now for our stock, we got feedback that said it's a ticker in the name, but we also want to have the exchange that it's on. So let's add that in there. So for an exchange, we can say NASDAQ, but we also want to add country. So let's come into our data type. Now data types are objects that are used as sort of the helper objects for resources. Resources are assigned to paths. Data types are all those objects that describe properties. So let's create one here called exchange, stock exchange. And I'm going to call this, I can put in the JSON or just use the builder. And I'm going to do the builder for this one because we've already seen building from JSON. So the stock exchange, it's going to be the name, and then we're going to call the country. So I'm going to add the data type, and then you'll see, great, there's the stock exchange. I can click country and name. Now, when I come over to stock, I'm going to add one here called exchange. And I'm going to click and select that. So I'm going to click our data type. And I'm going to say the data, stock exchange, click OK. Update. There. Now let's go check our database. And you'll see now that in our stocks, if I click on this, you'll see we now have an exchange of which are empty. So I'm going to call this, the country is USA. And I'm going to call this NASDAQ. Click Save. And on my portfolios one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on it, USA, and I'm going to click NASDAQ. Enter. So I've added those new properties that our users said they might want. And now let's give it a try. I'm going to click Try API, and I'm going to come in and click my Authorize again. And I'm going to click OK. So let's come in and give it a try. Let's go straight to our portfolio, and we're going to go 1. And you'll see, there we go. We added the new properties in there. So our customer will be happy, and in our stocks, you will have try it out. And you'll see that I do I hit post here by mistake. Let's do the get. Click execute, and you'll see there's our new portfolios with my new field in there called manager. So let's go and deploy Beta 2. Beta 2, here's my new ones. Same paths. Now, all I need to do, because my paths didn't change, is really give the new endpoint key. So I'll click that in there. Now, when we do a get, which was still there from before, you'll see there's the exchange. And there's the exchange. And if we click on portfolios, you'll see there's our manager. So for this iteration, it shows you how we can start using data types. We can change resources on the fly, add more properties, remove properties. Our database is automatically updated, and then all we do is deploy it, and we send our next iteration to our customer and say, hey, how do you like this? Give us some more feedback. And that concludes our second iteration, and please join us for our next one. Thank you.